Welcome to ADHD. We are continuing our road to Erys in this story. So in this little short campaign, we will have Caleb, Lauren, Orion, and eventually Keetwan and Sydney. This story is taking place 1 to 5 years before the main campaign, probably closer to the 5-year mark. But we'll see. That is subject to change, in that in that time frame. We'll see as we listen to the main campaign. Anyway, hope everybody enjoys.
Lauren got on and then, stayed quiet like always because she just likes listening. She's a weird, audio lawyer.
There was nothing to listen to.
I know. I even went away for a few minutes, so it wasn't even me talking to myself.
Didn't get sat down to eat till almost 8 o'clock, so...
Jeez. At that point, if it's 8 o'clock, I'm usually like, nah, I'm not even going to eat.
Excuses from you.
I
didn't send that earlier. There we go.
L.E. Rogue Temp. Ah.
Bet you can't figure out what LE stands for.
Lauren?
Wrong. It stands for Lesson Accept.
Sure.
That's what I
It's just a weird...
Because if I see Ellie at work, it means Lesson Accept.
I don't even know what that means. I was just going to say it because it's Lauren's initials, so I would assume it means
Lauren's initials.
I know it's Lauren's initials. I know.
Fool.
I know that.
I have to leave for a second now because I'm just
Oh my god,
I'm already so over it. I'm going.
Nobody knows the trouble he causes me. Nobody knows.
Well, if Bret leaves, I guess it's up to Kirsten to run the game.
Absolutely not.
All right. All right, Kirsten, you're up.
I don't know who that is.
Lauren, how'd y'all's team do Thursday?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Ooh, that bad, huh?
Oh, we did that good, and if I would have went with my initial answer, we would have won.
Oh, no, I know that feeling.
He asked how old Juliet was in Romeo and Juliet. I said 13 at first, and then I wrote down 12. The answer was fucking 13. We would have won.
It's 13.
I would have gotten that wrong. I would have said 15.
That's why they ended up not. That's why they ended up not casting Natalie Portman as Juliet in the Leonardo DiCaprio one because she was too age accurate. And that would have been a big problem.
And he asked how old Romeo was. I had that one nailed down pretty tight, but no, he asked about Juliet.
How old are these two? I need to know this.
Oh, Romeo was 16 and Juliet was 13.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And they both die. That's so cool, man.
Yeah,
that.
Totally.
After falling in love.
Story, Shakespeare.
And overnight. It's a good story.
Mm-hmm. Well, I fell in love overnight at 13 too,
That whole story is about the lack of communication, man.
Yep, it really is. And just being dramatic. Oh my god.
Yeah, I should have definitely just taken myself out at 13. Damn.
I feel like there has to be something we don't understand about that story / aren't told about that story, right? There's no way.
I mean, back in those times, people didn't have a long life expectancy.
Right, but
yeah,
still, just the whole... I know that. I know, the age wasn't weird. But I've always thought just the whole story, the way it's told, I don't know, it just almost has to be commentary on something.
It is. It is. I literally just listened to a podcast with English majors talking about this exact subject, that the whole thing is not Shakespeare like telling this as a romantic love story between two people. It's literally like these people are fucking idiot type story. But
it's a tragedy, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I mean, I thought it. Yeah, but I mean, tragedies can have intelligent characters. You know. Like...
Yeah, but this one just so happened to not.
Yep, it had kids being kids and making dumb decisions.
But Lauren, you're right. They can also have not smart characters. So yeah, it checks out. Yeah.
I got up for something and now I can't remember what I got up for.
I did that like 5 minutes ago. Got up, went and did something else, came back in, and was like, "Nope."
It's like tragedies can have intelligent characters. Yeah, they can, and this one doesn't. Okay, touche.
I mean that kind of
no, I mean, yes, you nailed it. Yeah,
prevents the trope of the tragic flaw. I mean, the tragic flaw is ultimately what leads to the downfall of the protagonist in tragedy.
Yeah, but they're just young, dumb kids. This doesn't really apply. They're fucking idiots. Horny little fucking idiot children.
I like thieves, and then bruh, and then Lauren's experience points are 9 something 99999999999. That's good too, Bret. I like that. I'm looking at your character sheet. +7 attack bonus. Holy fuck! Oh yeah, we're level 5s. Okay.
Are we starting like the actual campaign today? Is this what we're doing? Okay, I thought this. When's the one-shot thing then?
This is the one shot that we're saying will probably take like 5 episodes.
I think the one shot is next Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's
the one that we're playing with Carson.
I won't be here. I'll be like out on I'll be camping, so I won't be able to play. So Bret's running something for Carson and Jackie, and then he invited you guys.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
That's the gist of it. Allegory of Remembrance.
God dang.
Yeah. My favorite part of this is always hearing Bret's like yelling in the background and shit. It's the best part.
Why can't I hear y'all?
Can you hear me now?
God dang it.
Now.
Bret. Hey, Bret.
We can hear you, Bret. Or I heard you.
Now. Right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Now I can
What we're looking at
you.
is now, sir.
Alright.
Right now.
We will now come in soon.
Alright, meow.
What is going on in here? This is... Alright.
We were trying to make sure you heard us.
Shit.
Jeez, I can't hear one of my
Did you
kids.
hear us?
That's terrible. Alright. So, this is what we're going to do. First, Lauren, I put... Oh, what did I just do? I figured we'd make your character sheet after we played tonight. So...
Okay.
I put a...
Going through character sheets, like I don't know.
Just like super simple... You're going to be better than the character sheet I put in there. Because, like, I didn't give you stats and stuff at level 4.
Good?
So I just, like, threw a character sheet in there just to be stats to reference tonight.
Hello?
I definitely won't kill you tonight.
Hello?
Since you have a full character sheet. But, you know, the boys are still fair game.
Oh, now Discord.
How about we just real quick... everybody introduce their character. Like, I know we did a session 0 and stuff and talked about all this, but I think before we start, we should just do a real quick. Everybody introduce their character and talk about why y'all are together. Orion, you can go first. Thanks for volunteering. Okay, looks like Caleb's gonna go first.
Okay. Are we doing this in character or?
Oh, you can do either. I figured Orion was joking. Do you think something happened?
I hope,
with him dropping out.
Not. I hope he's okay.
Like, I mean, I don't think that he was just assassinated or something. I'm
back to the Orion. I don't even want to start now unless I know he's okay.
Yeah, like, I'd feel like a jerk if he was assassinated after I said that, and we, played for like 15 minutes before we remembered him.
I was going to say, this old lady just get tired of his antics. Just took him out.
So, do you see that character sheet in there, Lauren?
Oh yeah, I'm already on it.
Alright, cool.
It was already like super similar to what I already had, so I'm just gonna keep this one.
Well, if you want, we can use that one as a template, tonight after we're done. And I really don't think it'll take longer than 10 minutes to make your character sheet.
Well, do you want to do it now while we wait for him?
Yeah, it seems like a good use of our time.
That was annoying.
I thought something killed you for a second.
I was talking, and you guys weren't responding to me, and then I'm like, okay, is the same thing happening to me that happened to Bret, where they can't hear me? And then I stopped hearing anybody, and I was still talking, and then
well, you didn't hear you,
was like, nope. And then Discord restarted, and I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah. All right, are we ready to go?
Yeah, we were looking at Lauren's character sheet while we were waiting on you.
Yeah, so... I was commenting on that, and nobody responded to me.
Damn.
All right, anyway. So, Orion, what I was saying before you dropped out was, we thought you were messing with us, because I said, I think we should, real quick, right before we start, everyone just introduce their character and why they're, why they're with the party. And then we'll get started. And I said, and Orion can go first. Thanks for volunteering. And you dropped out. I was like, all right, Caleb, go first then. And then we're like, man, we really thought Orion would just pop back in, but now we feel bad going without him.
You guys could have gone. It would have been fine. Did you do an intro or anything?
No, not yet.
Here's the intro. Welcome to ADHD and D&D and D&D and D. A side story. This is a story about Ajax and his companions. Hey, no, we should do the side things though, like how they do Star Wars. Like have a name for this campaign. Like the Lauren, what's your last name? Not your real last name, but Isabella's last name. Is it Shadowsong?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Shadowsong, like this side campaign will be the Shadowsong Guard, ADHD and D story.
Mm-hmm. That'd work.
Executive decision. Cool. All right, Caleb, you're gonna go first. I don't trust Orion anymore.
we want this M character.
If you want to, I'm fine with that. Whatever you prefer.
I'll just do it as me because I still got to figure out what kind of voice I want to do for Ajax. So Ajax's earliest memories are him kind of being kept in a particular pen in a slave market, where they kind of put freakish slaves, things that would be like sold as oddities.
Mm-hmm. I love that you just immediately, I'm like, let's do some world building, and you're like, yeah, let's bring slavery into your world. That's cool.
That's perfect.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Got the black slayers and slavery. Fuck you.
Yeah. Okay. My bad, dude.
One world is the race of slayers, the other one is just about slavery.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway. Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, you know what you're getting yourself into when you invite Caleb into a campaign. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Fuck me for making the world interesting, I guess. Anyways.
I bet you that's exactly what they said during slavery.
Like, why don't you just free them? And they're like, how?
Sue me.
Oh my god.
Why don't you just free all the slaves? And the plantation owners were like, how boring would that be?
That would be so boring if we didn't have slaves.
What would we talk about?
Exactly.
Like, you're welcome.
We would have to spend all our time working, and that is just so boring.
And not only would we spend all our time working, you dudes would have nothing to complain about. Like,
Yeah.
Well, y'all wouldn't have anything to talk about either. Okay. You're welcome.
What are you gonna do
We're
with all
doing
your
this
free
for
time if
everybody.
you're not a slave? Jeez.
Anywho,
Sorry,
before I
Caleb.
was so rude, before I was so rudely interrupted.
Spoken like a white man in power.
Exactly.
All right, Caleb, go back to just talking about your character.
Oh yeah, whoops, yeah. Ajax isn't a white man. He's a snake man.
Yeah, he's only 90% a white man.
Most men
No,
are
his
snakes.
skin complexion is pretty Mediterranean.
Okay.
Yeah, the human parts of his skin, anyways.
Okay.
And Ajax, the one thing Ajax like remembers like a constant companion was a sense of like anger and aggression for how seemingly unfairly his the hand that fate had dealt him. So that kind of led into him being seen as an excellent candidate to be a gladiator.
Makes sense.
So he spent a lot of his formative years in a training ludus, was trained in the arts of gladiatorial combat, and he quickly became something of a superstar. The crowd loved him, women loved him. He was showered with fine clothes and jewelry and food and everything, but he still wasn't free. That's really what he wanted. So he.
But also, this was something we talked about. He was a lot more free than most of the other gladiators. Correct?
Oh yeah, I mean because he was such a because he was this big money-making superstar, he was allowed some more autonomy than some of the less big draw names. Let's say that. Ajax was a main event guy.
People came to see him, and that he made them money even if, like, without dying, basically.
Exactly.
Yep, okay.
And so, Ajax was entered into a really, dangerous bout that he was not expected to win, and he won it. And for that, he's like, well, okay, the grand prize was emancipation. So he was freed and has kind of wandered doing mercenary work ever since because, one thing he's good at, it's fighting.
Killing folks. Oh yeah,
yep,
fighting.
Killing folks.
That's the PC way to say it, right? Fighting.
Yeah.
Okay. How did he meet up with this group?
Well, for some reason, everyone voted that Ajax was being thrown from a window. So I imagine like there was a contract negotiation with his former employer that went poorly. Ajax got jumped. He managed to take out like 3 dudes before one of the dudes, who was a Minotaur, bull rushed him and knocked him out the window.
And he's like 14 feet tall, also, like for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, like the
other dudes were at least
Minotaur was
14
only
feet tall.
the Minotaur was only like 7.5 feet tall. But every time Ajax tells the story, there's always one extra dude that he managed to take down, and the Minotaur just like seems to be like 6 inches taller every time.
Okay. All right. So who wants to go next?
Well, after all that, I would hate to follow it up.
All right, Ryan. Sounds like it's you.
I was gonna say, if Lauren hate to, that means you should probably just make her.
Absolutely not.
Lauren gets special treatment here.
I'm the only girl. I'm black, and I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
I get all the treatment.
Yeah. Well, it's not for any of those reasons, except it is a little bit for some of them after Caleb just went. But you just always get special treatment anyway. So let's hear about Allegory.
Allegory of Remembrance.
Stuck the landing.
Thank you. She is a paladin, Oath of the Forgotten, because she likes to find dead or forgotten gods that may or may not have actually existed in this world at some point. Existed as in been like being followed, having a faith based around them. A lot of these are just from scraps of things she finds lying around, so they're not always very accurate toward actual religion. She is a tiefling of the abyss. She's got weird, like, raptor-like feet that are fuzzy. They're basically like a reverse high heels, so the heel part is in the front more than the back.
Does she wear shoes, or she walks around? I imagine she walks around barefoot most of the time with those.
She has special boots, so they're not always visible. Special boots, because with like
they're like reverse wedges, right? They're tall in the front.
Yeah, they're reverse. Yeah, but they're made to look kind of normal, so people don't think it's weird. And then like she wears like, I mean, she's a paladin, so she's wearing scale mail and like full pants all the time, so you don't see that her legs are like fuzzy. But then she appears human from like the waist up, basically. Except for the fact that once you get up to her head, she has no hair, has two very long horns. They look like an oryx's horns. That's what we decided during the session 0. So they're very long and straight.
They go straight back, right?
They go straight back. They go straight back, and between them on the back of her head is a tentacle that probably is about 6 feet long. She usually curls it around either around her neck, or like kind of wraps it partially around her waist, as if it was like a belt. And that's
having
Allegory.
A 6 foot long tentacle from the back of your head that you normally curl around your neck is terrifying to me. Okay, so let's hear about Isabella.
Oh, please.
There's nobody else to go.
I know, I just got a really goofy text message. Okay, so Isabella is princess of the thieves. She was adopted. She knows no other family besides the man who adopted her, so he is dad.
He's her daddy.
He's her daddy. That's right.
Her sugar daddy.
She calls him Thief Daddy.
Absolutely not. But
that's what I call Bret.
Grew up stealing and shit.
You know why?
Living a cushy life until her daddy's right hand man took him out, and only she knows what happened. So they're hunting her down. He's a human. He's a rogue, a thief. Blue eyes, black hair. Olive tone skin, I guess. About 5'9". Doesn't look like a typical thief. She's very princess looking. That's how she gets you.
That's how she gets you. So, I think we talked about this in session 0, but I'm going to ask again anyway. So her dad's right hand man killed her dad, and
correct.
She found out somehow, and basically the right-hand man took over and was playing it as someone else assassinated him, right? So...
Oh, well, she witnessed it.
Uh-huh.
Go with that. And now he's trying to kill her because only she knows what happened. Right, so he's spinning it as, since she's away, she's been kidnapped by the people who did it, but all the while he's just trying to hunt her down and kill her so she can't rat him out.
So he's taken over... Right, because...
Yep. It was the right-hand man. There's no one left.
Yeah, because of course he took over, right? Because it was a horrible thing that happened and no one knows he did it. Except for Isabella. Okay. Right. Alright, cool. I guess... of course I would stand up and walk away now. So I guess that means we'll move into my part. So... the three of you have met with each other for different reasons. I don't remember why. Why are Isabella and Allegory together?
I hired her.
She hired me.
Okay. So you basically have hired Allegory and Ajax to take care of you and help you stay on the run at the moment.
Right.
And
she couldn't really find anybody else to help her because, they're hunting her. And Allegory doesn't really care about that type of thing and is just looking for dead gods. So when she's like, oh, you're going to be running? Yeah, I'll come with you. I can find dead gods on the road.
This is honestly one of my favorite reasons for a D&D party to be together, because it would be really hard for Isabella to trust people, right? To hire people and trust them to, like, not betray her or, like, secretly be working for this dude she's running from.
Oh, yeah.
So she's picked, like, two crazy motherfuckers.
Right.
It makes sense, right? She's like, yeah, they're
Makes
a religious zealot and a fucking false.
If these two dudes were like working for someone else and like gonna betray me, they would have just done it right when I met them. So
exactly,
we're good. I can definitely trust them. So it seems to me like when we talked about it in session 0 that Isabella isn't sure like what her next step is, and it's just like on the run, and Ajax is like really wanting to figure out where he came from, like before he was sold into slavery. So
yeah,
right.
So Isabella is paying them for protection, but is like, well, I mean, let's go do your thing, right? Like, let's just roll around together. We'll do your thing for now.
If he can find his people, maybe I can recruit his people to kick ass for me.
Oh, damn. I didn't even know you had had some motivation for it. That's awesome. Okay, so...
Oh, yeah. That's good.
So the search to figure out where Ajax is from has brought you back to the Searing Sands. So, the Searing Sands are to the east of this continent. You have to go across a mountain, and then it's just this. It's surrounded by the Searing Sands is surrounded by mountains on all sides, and it's just. I mean, it's basically the Sahara Desert, right? It's just this horrible, unsurvivable desert, but yet there are a few, like scattered groups that are living out here.
Imagine the stereotypical Middle East music is playing right now.
Sure. It's really hard for me to detach myself from the IEL from the Wheel of Time when I talk about deserts. But yeah, sure, that too. So you've been traveling for a few days through the harsh Searing Sands. I should have picked something else. That's not easy to say. So the party looks out across the vast, arid sea of sand, and a wind blows from the east. But somehow, it only serves to make the weather worse. The hot blast of wind washes over you, harassing the three of you with the burning sand it's carrying. But in the distance, you see your destination, a commanding tower stretching up to the sky as if reaching into the heavens. The Monastery of Bravery. Unlike the other monasteries of Ulrich, the builders of this tower seem to only care about making the tower sturdy and defensible instead of lavish and decorative. In fact, the tower looks like it was taken from a fortified tower from a massive castle. Off behind this tower, you see another large structure, but instead of having height like the tower, its size comes from its width. It's a large circular arena with no top, and it is, in fact, the largest amphitheater in the known world, and home to the finest gladiators. So, what do you do?
I guess Ajax would want to go to the temple first, and maybe speak to the monks in there because, being a warrior, Ajax is familiar with the servants of warrior gods and gods of courage and strength and whatnot.
Yeah, that was something we talked about. Was the Monastery of Bravery is right up next to the arena, and there are lots of monks that spend a lot of time in the arena. Sometimes they fight. They spend a lot of time watching. So, with how big Ajax was, he would definitely have contacts, inside this monastery.
How long has he been away from the arena? Like, how long has he been
That's a good question.
I'd say a few years now, probably like 5, maybe.
Okay. So have you been back since you left, or has it been like, oh, I'm not going back until a certain time?
Probably haven't been back since.
Okay.
He's been enjoying the not desert parts of the continent.
Yeah.
For 5 years.
He immediately went north and was like, oh man, this is like a desert, but cold. He went to the snowy area.
Is what it's like, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
North of the wall. Since you had to
go
Game of Thrones.
Oh, I don't like that. That does look Game of Thronesy on the map, doesn't it?
Uh-oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Bret
not
is not a Game of Thrones enjoyer.
It's not that. I just don't want it to look like I don't know.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, Bret, that's just. I think that's just how geography and
exactly right. That's why I did it like that.
The closer you get to the poles, the colder it gets.
I think they're not watching anything up there. It's just there's.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a wall. That's not a magically erected wall to block people off. It is just kind of a mountain range.
It is a mountain range, yes. Which is called what? That's gonna be never mind. Let me take care. Okay, so you head towards the monastery. As you go walking up, you see there is a guard sitting outside. He's wearing like the regular monastery robes. He has wraps on his hands. He's a human, short blonde hair, and like Ajax, you would know he's a guard, but he just kind of looks like he's just sitting on the top step, like chilling. And as you approach the monastery, you see this guard, and then you see a group of monks come out. And one of them you actually know because he is a bright green. See, is he a lizard folk or he's a bright green lizard folk. Which I always picture lizard folk looking very crocodilian. I like them living in marshy areas. So this bright green lizard folk comes walking out, and you recognize him immediately because he talked to you a lot when you were a gladiator, because you've heard him say so many times that he won so much money on you, and he never lost a bet when he bet on you. And another little thing about this lizard folk is his name is Jax, and he seems to have always been confused by your name because you're Ajax and he's Jax. So he thinks he's Jax and you are also Ajax. So you see him come walking out. He's talking to a short elf, and he looks over and sees you and runs up and he grabs your shoulders and squeezes you hard. He's almost as tall as you, but not quite. Ajax, where have you been? I haven't seen you in at least 2 years.
It's been some time, hasn't it, you old pair of boots?
I miss you, Jax.
I've missed you too, Jax. I've been away for 5 years, ever since I got my freedom. Traveling with this lot now these days. And I kind of just gesture over my shoulder back to Allegory and give me a second. Isabella. Yeah, I had to check my notes.
Okay.
I introduced some hornhead's named Allegory. The pretty lady's named Isabella.
Okay, so he's like, "Oh, hey, Allegory, Isabella. It's a funny story. My name is also Jax." And he puts his arm around Ajax.
We've been over this, mate. I am not Ajax. My name is Ajax. That is the name that I was given.
I know, but I'm Jax too.
Did you do this on purpose, Bret?
But I'm older than you, so actually, I'm Jax number 1. Ryan, I have no clue what you're talking about. This just happened at the moment.
It's literally a conversation I've had with so many people because people think my name is Ryan.
Oh,
they think
They think. Hey, Ryan. Oh, I get it.
So they think that half the time they think I'm saying my name is Ryan, not a Ryan. So
you just have to think about your name.
Yeah, that or so I always go. So my name is.
Either he's given a fake name.
It's like Ryan, like a singular Ryan.
Oh, okay,
I always have to say that. So you're doing this with Jax, and Ajax is just so funny.
I may have done it subconsciously because the first time I told my daughter your name, so I have a nephew named Ryan, And the first time I told my daughter your name, right? I said his name's Orion, and she goes, "Oh, we know another Ryan." And I was like, "No,
That's so
Aw.
cute.
he's not a Ryan. His name is Orion."
Okay.
So anyway,
Yeah.
we'll jump back in. Yeah, so he has just introduced himself, and he seems oblivious to Ajax explaining the difference in their names.
Allegory is just looking around and isn't really interacting with anybody. She's got her head on a swivel.
Okay, what's Isabella doing?
Scowling and rolling her eyes.
Not very nice friends you got there, mate. They little rude. But that's okay.
They take some getting used to.
Yeah. Oh, come on, get out
Be
of here.
careful with the hornets. Be careful with the
Wait.
hornets.
You're both
Tentacle.
named Jax? Allegory turns around as if she just realized what was being said a minute ago.
Ah! He like snaps and points at you. Yeah, she gets it. Yeah, what about Jax?
So you're Jax 1 because you're older. That's what I heard?
Jax wouldn't. Yep.
She
Got him by
nods and
3
then
years.
she pulls out a little notebook and then makes a note in it and then puts it in her back pocket.
Ajax is just like massaging the.
Would he have temples?
Well, I was
I
thinking
just
about
heard
the bridge of the
massage.
nose, but I don't know
I heard
exactly where
massaging
the
and then he
bridge
cut
of the
out.
nose would be on a viper, because the Ajax from the neck down, his body is humanoid, but his head looks like a kind of like a pit viper, or rattlesnake.
Oh, I tried to look up if snakes have temples, and it turned into a whole bunch of religious stuff about snake temples and stuff. So...
Of course it did.
Oh my gosh.
Of course it
Worship.
did. It's just like Conan and
Exactly.
Conan, not Conan. It's just like Conan and
fucking
Indiana Jones shit that's popping up.
Exactly. It's just Bolts of Doom pictures.
So Jax 1 invites you like inside, out of the sand, and heat, and he like waves you in, and he just goes on inside. There's like the elf and the 2 other people that were with him are just kind of standing there like, what? But he seems to have forgot about them, and goes on in.
So Ajax will ask Jax, tell me, old friend, how are the more recent additions to the arenas these days?
Well, they... Oh, no, I don't know his name.
Make it up on the spot.
Hang on, I need 1 second. So... Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. Well, the arena's got slightly boring since you've left. The regulars, they're still doing fine. The newest editions aren't that good. But also, you know that Chad, I think you had a long history with him. He actually bought his own freedom not long after you. Did you know this?
Say his name one more time.
Chad. He's the rival we talked about.
Chad.
Oh yeah, the tiefling.
Yes, I forgot he's tiefling.
Okay.
That makes it even better
Yeah.
that his name is just Chad.
That is...
Yeah.
He's modeled after Gary.
Yeah, like when you see when Ajax hears that name, he kind of sneers and like kind of spits a mouthful of phlegm out when he says that, because he's like on the ground.
Yeah.
Not like at Jax.
I know. He still had a
like-
reaction and jumped back from it.
Allegory perks up when he spits and goes, in the ancient religion of Dean, if you spit, that shows respect in the desert.
Jack spits.
I share my water with you.
But his mouth's really dry, so it takes him like 4 tries to get it out. But
Don't look up Ajax's spit, because if you look where
finally gets him out.
if you look where it hit the ground, like the ground is starting to bubble and sizzle.
Ooh.
From the toxins and poisons. Ajax's saliva.
Don't kiss Ajax. Got it.
Noted.
Damn it! Thought you and Chad were friends. You fought so much. Why wouldn't you be friends?
I cast prestidigitation and clean the area of ground that he spit on.
So it is.
Yeah,
But
Jackson.
you see me making a little gesture with both my hands in like a religious, like kind of a almost bow my head and make a gesture with my hand as I cast the spell.
A lot of things is like the wax. Since you're cleaning the spit, it's the wax on, wax off from Karate Kid.
This gesture is more like that one where you pretend that you pull your thumb off, and it's in your other hand.
I love it.
That's the gesture.
Okay, you know what? That's even better.
Now I'm just seeing my granddad do that.
That's even better.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's her normal somatic gesture for spells.
Yeah. I wouldn't call us friends. We were owned by the same master, part of the same ludus. That's all.
Okay, sorry, I keep interrupting. What is that word you keep saying? Ludus?
Ludus, yeah, it's a term for like a gladiator academy or school from like the early Roman Republic days.
How do you spell that?
Their homework.
Oh, L-D. Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
The first time I heard it, I thought you meant like a lute player and was like, that can't be it, so I'm just gonna roll with it.
Okay. Man, I was like, I didn't know that word the first time, but I just let it go because I was trying to Google it, but I spelled it wrong, so... Okay. I didn't know what it was referring. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Oh, I didn't know that both of you belong to Sebastian.
Yeah.
That's, oh, he must be struggling, losing two good gladiators like that. Well, come inside.
Who's the most,
come inside.
Who's the current champion now?
Alcestis. Still, he was when you left. That guy's crazy. One time, I saw him. He's in a bar nearby, and I was like, I'm gonna fight him because I want to say I beat. He beat my ass. Like, you gotta be careful with him, Jax. He's a crazy dude. Like, he's old and stuff, but like he's old
and stuff.
He's
surely a fine warrior monk of Ulrich like yourself can handle your own on the sands.
Oh yes, yeah. That's why it was so surprising. He banged my ass. Like it was like he was my daddy. It was crazy. But
oh god,
you got a problem with that, Isabella?
Daddy or daddy? Allegory leans toward him.
With a wink.
I don't understand. I think you said the same word both times. Daddy or daddy? Either. You pick.
Daddy.
Yep, that was it.
So what kind of entity or being is the, what'd you say the current champion's name was?
Alcestis, I think was what I just named him, so I need to write that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, write that
what
down,
is
Bret.
Alcestis?
How do you spell that, Bret? Is it O-W-L?
No, of course not. Hang on now.
And is he an Alling?
So it's Alphestus. Alcestis.
Weak.
No, he is he's a human, and he is like 62. And just still just like a goddamn champion.
Is he like one of those like jacked old men?
Yeah, you know how we talked, my granddad's come up, so like that's easy to roll into. You know how like you meet people like my granddad that just worked on a farm their whole life, so even when they're old, like he's in his 80s and he could still just whip my ass today if I tried to fight him. He's like that, except instead of working on a farm, he's been killing dudes his whole life. So he's like in his early 60s and just kicking ass and taking names.
Just a fucking.
Oh, he really is daddy. Okay.
Yeah, he's daddy. He's built like a shit brick house.
He's not a silver fox. He's a silver gorilla. He's a silverback gorilla.
Silverback. Yeah, a fucking silverback.
Yeah, you would like. Ajax would definitely know who he's talking about. Like, he was the champion of the arena when Ajax was there. I think, Caleb, when we talked about it, Ajax was number 3. in the pecking order.
Yeah. There was they were like
Chad was
just
4.
2 guys above Ajax. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 2 guys above Ajax, and they were both like, I picture the 2 guys that were above Ajax were like well above, like kind of like mentors.
Yeah.
And then you had 2 to 3 guys under you that you were kind of doing that to, and then the other 100-ish gladiators in there, like, you would just manhandle if you got in a fight with.
Yeah.
So Jax leads y'all inside, and it is just as Spartan inside as it looks, from the outside. I'm picturing it very medieval. They haven't done anything to decorate it. There's like just wooden tables that just kind of look chaotically scattered about. And people are just like sitting around hanging out in. You do notice, though, when you come in, the temperature drops about 15 degrees inside the building. So which is still like not the temperature, right? It's still hot, but it's super refreshing after being out, in the searing sands.
It's a dry heat now, not a humid heat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not humid, and it's also not as hot. Like, to y'all, actually, after traveling for days in the searing sands, it probably feels like, it's 60 and air conditioned.
Yeah.
But but you know what I mean? But also, if you walked out of the rainforest and into this, you'd be like, holy shit, it's hot. So, you come in, you sit down at a table, and, Jax is just like, okay, so what brings you back? With your strange friends. Is that the tentacle? What is this?
The tentacle waves to him.
He reaches out to grab it, like to shake it like a handshake.
It shakes his head, or hand, not his head.
Shakes his head. Goes past the hand, grabs his head, shakes it.
And it's a little wet. A little moist.
Ew.
It's a tentacle.
Jax doesn't even seem to notice that it's like wet and moist. And it like makes a squishing sound when he grabs it, and he squeezes it. He's like, oh, very nice to meet you, Dinty. Anyway.
Allegory isn't even paying attention. She's like looking around while the tentacle does this.
I have a whole bunch of questions about that, but I don't want to dive into it. So what brings you 3 here? Jax, I didn't expect to see you after you, when you're freed of, what, 3 years ago? 1? 4?
5.
5. It's after 4, yes. Why are you back?
Truth be told, friend, I'm trying to find out where I came from, who my people are.
Oh, you came from your mother. You don't have to look anymore.
Yes, Jax.
Are you
Yes,
sure?
Jax,
Some people don't come from mothers.
Who? Did you come from your mother?
I think so.
Don't remember. Very interesting. And then Jax pulls out a notebook and he scribbles something in it. And if anyone looks, he just like draws a little picture, like a stick figure standing next to a giraffe. Stick figure like giraffe, and then he closes the notebook and puts it back in his pocket.
Was that a giraffe?
I don't know what a giraffe is.
Anyways,
those would let us.
The earliest memories I have, Jax,
mm-hmm.
are my early days in the slave markets before Sebastian born.
Yes.
You don't know who my people are. The only thing I can remember is not being wanted or accepted because my blood is too hot. Whatever that means.
What's that mean?
I don't know. And I'm trying to find out.
Have you tried tasting it? Is it hot?
It don't taste no more hot or cold than any other blood.
Do you want me to try? He like holds out a hand, like to take your arm. Want me to try it?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
It's good for old friend. I don't need you to try.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, yeah, fucking yeah, right? Okay. Well, maybe Sebastian would know more, but if not, I know some Yanti that,
Yanti? Is that what we're called?
I think. I hope. Now, now I'm worried, because if you don't know, then I'm worried that I'm wrong. But I know.
Allegory leans forward and goes, "You do know you're like part snake, right?"
Yes, I'm aware of that, Yonti.
You do know, right?
I'm aware of that, Allegory.
He called you Yonti. That was kind of weird.
I got
New
tongue-tied
words
there.
get stuck in their heads. It's understandable. She leans back.
Yes.
Can we move on, please?
Perhaps I could talk to them.
What'd you say, Lauren?
Can
So
we
she
move
said-
on,
she said it
please?
She said it in her character voice,
Oh,
too.
okay.
I love it.
Sure did.
I fucking love it.
Okay, yes. Where do you want to move to? Let's move. Where are we going?
Information. Can we find it, please?
Yes, I know Yonti. We're talking at the same time. I don't know who should go first. You go first.
Where's Sebastian staying these days?
He has his same little villa out close to the arena. It's in between here and the arena. You can go see him. Or I can send you to my Yonti that I know. Either way.
We'll go talk to him first.
Because I probably owe you a favor. Jax, you have made me a lot of money. You know that? A lot of money.
Yes, friend.
Okay. Well, you should know the way to...
Just stop!
I don't know. Yeah, I had something there and I just lost it. That was
Yes, friend.
yes,
Done.
friend.
Just
yeah.
done. Just done.
Yes, I've
You're-
probably said that a lot before. I'm sorry. I do
Yeah.
that. Sometimes
I'm
I talk,
your
sometimes I talk to
lucky
people
bets.
and they say, "You've told me that before, Jax," and I'm like, Jax would never say that. He would just say yes. So,
You're lucky no one ever paid me more enough to throw a fight, Jax.
you wouldn't do that. I know you. You wouldn't do that. That's why you owe me so much money. But yeah, if you don't want to follow up on my lead, you know how to get to Sebastian. He's that way. He points. He's pretty close to the general direction when he points. Here,
Let's
wait.
speak to Sebastian first.
Wait. You should take these. Take these with you before you go. And he runs out of the room. And
Weird.
so if y'all stay, it takes about 3 minutes, and he comes back, and he has these. He has like 3. They look like canteens. And he gives one to each of you. And when you when you take it from him, you notice it's like really cold.
Allegory's tentacle reaches for it, and then she smacks the tentacle out of the way and grabs it.
This tentacle. So he gives one to each of you. It's very cold, and he's like, "It's filled with water. It will stay cold for, I don't know, like ever. Maybe. Don't quote me on that."
Allegory's gonna cast Identify on it.
Oh, jeez. Okay, how's Identify work? Do you just know what it does?
What's the problem, Bret?
There's no problem. I just want you to know. I just want to know what Identify does. Tell me what that spell does.
You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell, and I'm touching it.
He smacks it out of your hand.
If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
Okay. So, this is what happens. Yeah, I'll just tell you everything since you rolled, or since you cast that. I'm not gonna make you roll. So, you would know.
I don't need to
well,
roll. It just
well, I mean,
automatically
there's
does it.
just another thing that I almost said roll for, but I might no. I think I was just tell you. So, when you turn the canteen over in your hands as you cast a spell on it, and strangely enough, it's not a spell on it, but you do know that any liquid you put inside of this, or anything that you can fit into the little hole, right, that the liquid comes out of and goes into, will stay cold.
But
So
How big is the hole?
I don't know, like the size of a quarter. So
The tip of Allegory's tentacle goes into it.
Yeah, it's cold in there. So to keep anything cold inside, and it's not from a spell. It's actually from, there is, as you're turning it over, you see a sapphire on one side of this this canteen, It has a little sapphire in it and as you cast identify, that it like glows to you, right? And you know that that's actually where this magic is coming from.
Okay.
But then you see like this other faint glow on the back that's like red, and as you flip it over, you see like there's a notch on the back for another gem to fit into that is empty. And from casting Identify on it, you know that if you had the right, since it's not a spell, you don't know what to put in there, but if you had the right item to put in there, it would also keep things warm.
Okay. Allegory puts it in her bag.
Throws it away. Okay, so
Adding it to my equipment thing.
y'all can call it whatever you want because he did not tell you the name of it.
The bottle of Eternal Chill.
Freezy Tub.
All right, Lauren, we need a name from you. Everybody else did one.
Yeah, y'all can rock paper scissors for it.
Well,
okay.
if you ask
hers
Jax,
is
he
called
called
rock, paper,
it
scissors.
he called it a Coldy Keeper. So he gives you each a Coldy Keeper, and what are y'all doing? Y'all leaving?
Yeah, we'll head towards Sebastian's villa
Okay.
to see my old buddy Sebastian.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right, y'all leave. Y'all head towards. I think Ajax would know the way, right? That's what he said. He hadn't moved.
Yeah.
You know where you're going. So Ajax leads
Yeah.
you. It's probably a mile into the desert, but it's in between the arena and the monastery. And as you come up to it, it doesn't seem to fit the atmosphere here, right? Like a lot of the structures you see that are built around, there's not many, but the structures you see that are built around here are very like Arabic, right? Because they're built to withstand sand and stuff. And this one looks like he took like more like a structure you would see in a I want to say regular climate, but that's not the right thing to say. Like a
temporal
climate,
less arid,
right? Like everywhere else is a lot of stone and stuff, right? And he has like wood, and it just looks totally out of place here, right? And it's this big manor, and like looking at it, you'd probably assume this erodes really quickly. He must spend so much money like replacing this. Like it doesn't make any sense. And he has this. He does have a stone structure that's just a wall built around the manor, so there's only one entrance. And as you approach the entrance, there are two Minotaur guards standing at either side of the gate. And as you walk up, one of them just holds up his hand like to stop you and doesn't say anything. He's just holds his hand up.
Ajax kind of walks up to the guards and says, "My name is Ajax. The master of this house knows me. Tell him I would have words with him."
The Minotaurs look at each other, and they look back at you, and they're like, "No." I imagine that happening in character.
like Ajax kind of like a little befuddled. Is your master not in?
They look at each other, and look at you, and they don't say anything.
Ajax just kind of rolls his eyes and just like yells really loud, "Sebastian!
Stop doing that.
You fat poof! Come out here!"
Stop yelling. That's loud. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I wish you wouldn't yell.
What reason do you have to not allow me to see your master?
They like look at each other again, and look back at you. Like, I'd be pretty bad at my job if I just let everybody come in because they
You're not
Sit,
too
my
bright,
master.
are you?
Yeah, you're not too bright, are
Why
you?
don't you go in there and tell him that Ajax would like to talk to him?
I don't want to have to do that, though, is the thing. It's like a bunch of stuff to do, and...
Allegory casts Charm Person on him.
Okay. Read that off for me. What's Charm Person do?
Why are you making me read all the spells that I do? You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range and must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. We're not fighting it. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. It regards you as a friendly acquaintance.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
I don't know.
So I rolled a 13 minus
No.
2 is charisma, right? No, it's wisdom. So it's minus 1, so a 12.
Okay. My spell save is a 14.
Okay. So you don't say anything. You just cast Charm Person on him, right?
I make my thumb gesture and mutter a word. What do I mutter? Allegory just kind of like out of the corner of her mouth goes, "Make friends."
Oh, hey, it's you. Hey. He smiled. The Minotaur smiles, and then he points at Ajax and goes, "This guy's a real dick, isn't he? What are you doing?"
He is.
Eh.
Can I come in? Can I come in and get away from him?
Oh, yeah, of course. You go right on in. And the other Minotaur kind of
Allegory
looks
walks
confused, but just lets it happen. Yeah, good to see you again.
I'm with
Allegory
her.
goes inside. Yeah, can she come in with me? We're trying to get away from this asshole.
Oh, yeah, totally understand. Yeah, you just go right on in. Yeah, it's cool. I'll deal with him. Don't you?
We go
don't
inside.
you worry.
And then once we're inside, I send a message to Ajax. I'll let you in on a side door.
And Ajax just kind of mumbles back, "That would have been an easier way to do this, but okay." And I'll just kind of make my way towards the side door.
Allegory is like thinking. She turns toward Isabella and goes, "He says there would be an easier way. We just walked through the door. What is easier than this?"
You have fun in there, buddy.
Yeah, he's not too bright either.
So we go try to find a side door.
I think I could have cast suggestion because as a Yuan-Ti, that's just a innate ability.
Well, look at that.
That's a good one.
And you should have done that instead of asking.
Well, I didn't think I would need to.
He thought he'd just be able to get in.
Yeah.
You've been out of the game for what, 5
Well,
years?
I wasn't counting on the guards being too stupid to,
Hey, that's not cool.
go in and tell the boss that someone wants to talk to him.
Can I find
But then they wouldn't
do we
get
find a
paid.
side door or something to let him in? A window?
Yeah, you can make an investigation check and see. Both of you can. If
I don't
you
want to.
Well, you don't have to. Then you don't find one. But that's cool. It doesn't mind me, or it doesn't bother me.
That's 11.
Okay. Is Isabella looking too?
Oh, yeah, sure, I could do that, huh?
So if you roll investigation, Isabella, it will be a D20 plus 3 as of right now. That's subject to change later. Holy
That's a nat
shit.
20.
Okay. So
You find a door real well.
So as the two of you go in, you notice this manor is kind of like built around an oasis. So there are a couple like little bitty ponds, like with a few palm trees growing around them, and you see there's a few people dressed really nice, but at the same time, very cool, right? Like not cool as in like sunglasses and like looking like some cool dudes, but cool as in it's hot as shit out here. So they are dressed as nice as they can be with as little clothing as they're wearing, and they are like laying out by these ponds, and there are like people of all different shapes and sizes standing around them, fanning them and bringing them drinks and food and stuff. They don't seem to pay any attention to you, and Allegory is kind of distracted by all of this and looking around like, what the hell is this place? because you have to walk through all this to get to the big manor in the back. And as
Allegory's not thinking that at all.
What's Allegory thinking?
Just find a door. Find a door.
Okay, but like going to the wrong places, like that's what Allegory's doing. Allegory's looking for a door, so she's walking down the wall like there's got to be a door here. Where's the door? Where's the door? Where's the door? And then she's like walking down, passes an area, and Isabella's like, hey, look right here. And there's not a door, but there is this really bad crack in the wall, and Isabella like pushes on. She puts two hands on it and pushes on it, and it crumbles enough that Ajax would be able to duck down and walk through.
That's really shoddy workmanship.
But Ajax is also still standing with the two minotaurs, I assume.
Just absorbing this
here.
stupid. Good grief.
I thought he walked away when I sent message.
Yeah.
Didn't he walk
yeah,
away?
no, yeah, I went for it. Yeah, I went over to where the side door would be.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah, so he walked down the side.
Okay, yeah, so they relay that, or Allegory relays that to you, and you do duck in and join them.
Yeah, and I'll go in once they
Easy as hunting truffles.
Right.
You're welcome.
Right. Let's go. Yeah, thanks. Let's go talk to Sebastian then.
We'll go talk to Sebastian.
Okay, so y'all you head towards the manor. When you start to get close to this oasis area, a little gnome runs up to you with these very cold, wet towels, and like holds them out and ducks his head so that he's like not looking at your eyes, like he's looking down at the ground, and he's like, "Hello, masters. Can I get you anything? Here, please take our customary towels. Take them; they'll make you feel way better."
Your name?
My name is Felch.
Felch.
No one's ever asked me my name before. Here, you're so kind. You're so kind, ma'am.
If I give you a sock, are you free?
Give me a what?
She's giving Master a sock.
Okay, no, I get it.
Ajax just kind of looks over and is like,
Socks are
sadly,
terrible.
it doesn't work.
Doesn't quite work with that, I'm afraid.
And I'll take one of the cold towels from Felch, like,
Wait.
Thank you, Felch. I'll be sure to speak well of your diligence to your master.
You're too kind, sir. You're too kind. He starts crying.
Oh, God.
Allegory takes a towel and wipes his tears away, but because it's like a cold, wet towel, it just makes it wetter on his face.
Oh, it's so cold.
And then she throws it into the oasis.
Okay.
And then she makes
leaves because
she makes a different gesture with her hands.
Ajax is just kind of like just staring in befuddlement at Allegory's just refusal to
be normal.
But yeah, just like apply with like common sense, like hospitality norms.
Yeah, anyone else that looks around would notice they're taking these towels, the people that have them, and like putting them on their shoulders, right? So that they.
Yeah, that's what Ajax is just kind of like draped the cool towel like across his neck.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
wrapping across his
neck. He knows what's up. Yeah,
yo, he's done this.
He's familiar with this.
Yeah. So you walk through all this, no one else bothers you, and then you get to the actual manor, and there is a, let's say it is a Dragonborn guard, a blue Dragonborn guard standing outside the manor, and he's like, "Hey, dudes, what's up? I guess y'all got through. What's going on? What's your name, man?"
My name's Ajax.
Cool. My
Your
name's
master
Bryce.
Sebastian knows who I am.
Oh, you were still talking. What? What about?
Bryce.
Your master Sebastian knows who I am.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
I would have words with him.
I don't think he knows who I am, but if he knows who you are, you're probably cool dudes. You want to go on in? Or you want to hang out?
He doesn't know who I am.
Dude, me either, man. I mean, I hope. Sometimes I hope he does, but like...
Boy, hey.
Yeah.
Let's stay focused.
Oh, yeah, dude, sorry, man. What's up?
Yeah.
What are we focusing on?
Well, I mean, it's just like a...
Oh, you want it in? Oh, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Ajax, dude. you want to get a little high before you go in? It's like totally legal out here.
It's totally legal.
Just kind of look at him, and it's
Don't
like,
tell the monks.
I mean, it's not illegal, you know. So like, God, this sounds legal to me. You know what I mean, man?
No thanks, mate. I'm good.
I just kind of.
Okay, Square. Yeah, you'll have a lot of fun with Sebash. He's on in there.
Yeah. Just kind of walk on in.
Yeah. So you go past Brass. You go on in. I assume everyone follows Ajax. So you go in, Ajax.
That's the name of the session.
So you go in, Ajax knows his way around here. When you come in, it's this like huge open, like it's basically like a giant living room. And you see a few servants moving around doing different tasks, but they're not really paying any attention to you. I think Ajax would know where Sebastian normally is, so he goes on the back wall. There's like stairs that go up. You know, they're the stairs that go up, straight up, and then they split left and right. You know, so he goes up and he goes to the right. And he goes a few doors down, and you know that this is like Ajax. Or nope, not Ajax's. This is like Sebastian's chambers where he's normally hanging out.
It's a singular Jax's chamber.
Yeah, it's one of the Jaxes. Everyone in the Searing Sands' name is Jax. He's like, hey, I'm Jax number 5. So we gonna do? You want to go on in? You knock? What
We'll go on in.
Okay. So
I'm just gonna walk on in. I'm not his property no more. I don't have to.
Okay, so
I don't have to knock and request permission to enter.
Hell yeah, I like it. So Ajax just walks on in. It's like just as lavish as the outside, right? Like it's almost too fancy too in here. Like he's trying to overcompensate. When you walk in here, he has these like super expensive silk tapestries hanging on every inch of the wall. Like it doesn't look good. There's too many of them, and there's a bed with these like perfect white silk sheets, and it has a canopy over the top of it. And then he's sitting in like a
I imagine he's like very corpulent too.
He's what?
I imagine he's like very corpulent too, just like an absolute lard ass.
Oh yeah, I love that you said that earlier because that was the description I had for him. So there's like this chaise lounge over in the corner that he's sitting in, and he's a human. He is balding. He's like 5'6" and pushing 250 probably, and none of it muscle. And he is laying on this furniture eating grapes. And dressed much like the people outside you saw, except his, like, everything's made of silk and seems to, like, shine. It's pristine. It shines. Like, it looks like it's never been dirty. And he just kind of turns and looks as you walk in and smiles a little bit as he pops another grape in his mouth. You know, he's like, "Oh, Ajax, what you doing? I didn't think I'd see you here again."
Tell you the truth, Sebastian, I didn't imagine I'd ever come back either, but...
I bet not. You weren't, like, super cool when you left. But it's okay. I still love you, Ajax.
Yeah. Can't say the feeling's mutual.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that does.
I'm seeking information from you, Sebastian.
Okay. He pops another grape in his mouth.
All my life, I've wondered where I've come from, who my people were, and why they placed me into slavery.
Yeah.
Slavers that sold me to you. Did they tell you anything about where they found me, where I'm from?
No, I mean, like, I didn't really ask. I just, they told me how strong you were and stuff, and I was like, sounds good. I like that one. Yeah, I just, no hard feelings, you know, like, I'm a cool dude. I'm not, like, you know, like, I was a good slave master, right? Like, I'm cool, right?
There is no such thing as a good slave master.
Only good slaves.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna blend the two things.
Ajax turns around, like, kind of gives Allegory this, what the fuck is wrong with you? Look.
Allegory is like looking at one of the paintings on the wall and isn't even paying attention to the conversation. She just muttered that to herself.
The tapestry you're looking at, Allegory too, you notice it is Sebastian, but he's not overweight. Like, he looks ripped as shit, and he is pulling a sea monster. He's standing on a boat, reaching down into the ocean, pulling a sea monster out of the ocean by its neck, and like holding it over his head.
Are all the paintings of him?
No, not all of them. That'd be crazy. Only like 80% of them.
Only 80.
I mean, this is literally the second session where you've described a person having paintings of themselves all across their walls. So wouldn't be surprised,
because
Bret.
these aren't paintings; they're tapestries. So.
Oh, sorry, tapestry, not painting. Oh yeah. Allegory walks around looking at the tapestry. Allegory walks around looking at all the tapestries until she finds one that is not of Sebastian.
Make a history check. While they're talking.
I was like, wait, what? Okay.
Yeah.
A history check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have proficiency in that with my -1.
Oh, God. So, well...
I think that's a 2? Yeah.
I do have...
Ooh, 18.
Holy... Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Well, I do have some good news for you, though, Ajax. They didn't tell me anything when I bought you, but I do know someone that can help you. But you're gonna have to go get him and bring him to me. You be able to do that for me, buddy?
Oh, a price?
Yes. Is Ajax this your new master? You left me just for a pretty one, huh? I can't blame you.
I wouldn't blame him either. Look at you.
She's no master of mine. Merely my employer.
Is that...
Lady's name's Isabella.
Is that what you call it now? Just employer? And Isabella, that was kind of mean. I've been working on my weight. I've lost 2.5 pounds this week.
Congratulations.
Thank you. No one else has said it yet, so thank you. So how much will it be, pretty lady?
Well, we can leave that up to Ajax.
Well, she's a good master, Ajax. I bet you really like being with her. How much you gonna be, old friend?
The information and 600 gold.
Oh, that's crazy, man. How about this? I'll say 600 gold, minus my cut, because like you need me for this, so I'll say minus 550. So I'll give you 50 gold for it if you get my informant and bring him back here to me.
Oh, you gonna go get him?
Ajax, like, you see, like, Ajax's eyes, like, the vertical, the vertical slits kind of narrow, and you kind of hear, like, this, like, sinister, like, tone enter Ajax's voice.
You listen to me, you fat sack of shite. Every bit of this wealth, opulence that you sit in, I want it through the sweat, through my sweat and my blood. My brothers in the arena want it with their sweat, their blood, and their fucking lives. Everything that you have, you owe to me. There will be no cut. You will take what my offer.
All right, Ajax.
And like, I don't know. I guess I kind of like do like I guess I'm trying to intimidate him.
Oh, 100%. You're gonna have to roll an intimidation check. That's what I was saying. Is let me see that intimidation check. All right.
Okay.
And yes, so Lawrence a gif that is just someone with their arms crossed, looking super sassy. That's like what Isabella's doing during. And yes, yeah. You know what? Well, you're not gonna need it, but go ahead and take it anyway. I was gonna say 18. You get advantage because of Isabella standing behind you. Like, That's right, motherfucker. Let's go ahead and roll.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me just roll again because hey, maybe I crit. See which one's higher.
Got you a +5 to intimidation. That makes so much sense.
Okay, well, 18 was the highest.
All right, let me do a check real quick.
Yeah, good for you because mine was shit. If I tried to help you,
that would have been a nat 1 had Isabella rolled it.
Yeah, hey man, I'm a very charismatic character.
My neck roll was not intimidating enough.
Where did Ryan go?
Lost internet.
His internet crapped out again.
Oh, okay. I missed that text. So, jeez. Okay, so you got an 18. So he's like, okay. And he sits up real quick, and the grapes. He had the grapes laying on his chest, and he's been lounging the whole time he's been talking, just popping them off and plucking them in his mouth. And he sits up real quick, and they fall on the floor. He's like, okay, and then he looks down at the grapes that have hit the floor and scowls damn it, those are ruined. Let's pick up. He's like, okay. And now listen, there's no reason to be no reason to be mean about it, Ajax. I thought, now, yeah, you made me a lot of money. I made you a lot of money too. I treated you good, man. I let you go out and do stuff, a lot of people don't do that to the gladiators, Ajax, you know that, right? You knew the gladiators, they stuck in the arena all the time. So, since we're friends, I'll give you 600 for it. I'll do it. Yeah. And maybe one little favor, maybe I can call on you sometime and you come back and do something for me. Yeah, that sounds fair, right? Doesn't that seem fair? Sounds fair to me.
Right. Fair enough, I suppose. Who is this that you need us to go get?
Well, his name's Caleb. He's a really cool dude. You're gonna like him a lot. And if you bring him back here, it's gonna be great. Okay? He'll be able to tell you everything is. It's gonna be good. Okay? So you shan't go get him. See, there's just this one weird little problem. Is he has lots of information for me like what you need, but he kind of got a wee bit captured, I think would be the best word for it. As seeing sands are, dangerous and stuff, and someone just saw him roaming around and snatched him up, apparently. So I've sent out a few scouts and stuff, and they know where he is, but yeah, it seems like bring him back here. He should have some people with him that were his friends or something. I need you to bring them all back to me, okay? All of them. There's 6 of them together, okay? And I need all of them.
Right.
Caleb's the one in charge. He's a cool dude. You're gonna really like him. I love him. He's a cool dude.
Can you say his name one more time,
Caleb.
Without the accent?
Caleb's his name.
Caleb? Okay.
Caleb.
Interesting.
Caleb Parrish.
Oh.
So we call him Caleb.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
He's a real good guy. You're gonna love him. He's nice.
Wait. I'll kind of hold up our little travel map that we have of the area and just
You hit select
have him
on the Xbox controller.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then just have him mark the area.
You unfold
Go ahead
this
go ahead and place the
large
plus
map.
marker.
Sure, I'll say it makes sense that Ajax has a little map of the area. So you unfold it, ask him where it is.
You got it from the Atlas store.
He says somewhere around this area, and circles a spot on the map that's 10 miles away, but also he circles a 5-mile radius.
Gotcha, okay. No.
It's a start, I suppose.
I know, Ajax, you never let me down, buddy. I know you're gonna be able to do it. You bring them back, and they'll be able to tell you right where you came from. You know what I mean? You'll be able to do it.
We'll make our way there first thing in the morning.
So, hey, you want to stay here just like old times? But, hey, you ain't no gladiator no more. I'll put you in a nice room. I got some guest rooms. You want to stay in one? the lady can stay with me if she wants. Even I wouldn't
Don't
kick her
even.
out. I wouldn't even. That was a crazy thing to say. I was joking. You don't even have to roll insight. He was not joking. I was joking. I would never you. Oh yeah.
I was about to say, Allegory just cast Zone of Truth.
Don't need it. It's so obvious. Everyone knows he was being serious. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I'll watch this. This is cool. And he claps his hands. And Felch runs in.
Nothing happens.
I couldn't remember the guy's name.
Allegory goes, Felch.
Brian's writing everyone's names down, so I'm worried I got his name wrong. It was Filch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Felch, yeah.
Okay.
I have a law. The Allegory has a law. Before speaking to a person for the first time, you must learn their name and use it first. So that's why she always makes sure to say their name a couple times.
You have to learn their name before you talk to them?
Yeah, she's not very good at following this law. She tries her best, but it is a hard one to follow.
Okay.
Unless they are a tabaxi. Then if they're a tabaxi, you have to strike their left ear before speaking to them.
I fucking love this.
I'm so glad to have learned
She's
that.
like autistic on purpose.
I've got some really fun ones, Brett, that if you want to use against me, go for it.
Yeah, well,
don't kiss dwarves on the nose on Thursday. That's a good one.
I don't know how to use that against you. How am I going to put you in a situation where you're like, yeah, anyway, to get into the dungeon, you got to kiss the dwarf on the nose. It's Thursday, by the way.
Must ruffle every third elf's hair if it is silver. So I literally am going to keep track of every elf.
You've seen one.
Yep, I know. One.
All right. So, Felch comes in. He leads you to your room. It is,
So before we walk out, I kind of gesture over towards Felch to Sebastian. It's like oh man, here Felch. He's a good servant. You give him the rest of the day off.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna roll that in with your intimidation check from earlier, and I think, yeah, it's a good idea. I'm just gonna, you know what, Felch? You should go see your wife and kids today. And he's like, I don't have a wife and kids. I always work, sir. And he's like, well, you should. That's a real problem for you, mate. You should maybe get on that, man. That's crazy, dude. Everybody should be married.
That sounds like a you problem.
Why are you not married and have kids and stuff? You're not married, don't have kids. So he's like, don't talk to me like that, Felch. I'm gonna let you have a day off because Ajax is cold, dude, and he said you should. So you go have a day off before you piss me off. And he runs out. So then Felch left. So another servant comes up and shows you to your rooms. They are pretty much a clone of Sebastian's room, except half the size.
I thought you were talking about the new servant.
The new servant's a clone of his room. No, the room. So he takes you to one room, right? Like he's making you all sleep in the same room. It looks very similar to his room, except it's half as small. And
are there tapestries of him on the walls?
There are actually, yes. Not as many because there's not as much room. And there's 4 beds in here, so there's a bed for everyone and an extra. And
how many tapestries are in the room?
There are.
Okay. Oh no!
So I rolled a d20 and it's 20. So there's 20 tapestries in here, which means there's at least 40 in Sebastian's room. In Sebastian's room.
Oh god!
I don't think I can do what I was gonna do then.
So, but I do want to go back here, we're wrapping everything up right here. So, everyone comes in, right? You have your bed, you're putting your stuff away or whatever, and we're gonna jump back a little bit to when Allegory was looking around at the tapestries while Ajax was talking to Sebastian, and there was this one that stuck out to Allegory because it's something she's never seen before. It was these. So the tapestry was this beautiful landscape. Okay, there's rolling hills, mountains in the background, and then there's a sun in the sky. But the sun here is normally blue, but instead it is black. So it's this black sun, and it's shining down onto this like beautiful landscape, and you can see exactly where the rays are coming down onto the landscape, and where it's hitting, it's casting everywhere on the land in shadow. And in that shadow, you can see there's dozens of like humanoid shadows inside of it. They're like raising their hands up towards the sun. And this would be something not Isabella, but also Isabella. This would be something Allegory has like never seen before, and she would assume this must be a forgotten god that she doesn't know about.
Huh. She pulls out her notebook and writes down tapestry, landscape, mountains, hills, black sun? Casting shadows, shadows raising hands. And then she circles black sun.
I loved hearing the question mark in it. That was good.
Your world has a blue sun?
Yeah. Is yours blue?
I didn't. Yes.
Then it's not.
What is with us making?
Then it's not blue. No, it's not gonna be blue.
It would make sense. It would make sense. It would make sense. Just leave it.
Okay, but there's two of them.
Remember what we've talked about. You're like, I don't know what we've talked about. We've talked about tons of shit.
Yeah. You have to be like way more fucking specific. Remember what we talked about. We may retcon that. I'll see. I thought it when I said it. I was like, "Oh, this would be cool, blue sun," and then I was like, "Wait a second, did I just totally steal that from Arion? Am I like, Game of Thrones in again?" So, all right. So everyone is like putting their stuff away, laying down for the night, and like this is what we're gonna call it, unless there's anything anyone wants to do before this rest.
Are all 20 tapestries in this room of Sebastian?
No.
How many are of Sebastian?
Half of them.
Oh my god. Half of them. Okay, hold on. I gotta do some
D20,
quick math.
10. So that's half.
I have 2 level 1 spell slots left and 2 level 2 spell slots.
Is this the math you're having?
6.
Okay.
I
4.
was about to say, we're about to take a long rest, so hopefully they'll get restored. Might as well.
It's your math. I've cast 1 level 1 spell slot, so my maximum number of level 1s minus 1. Alright, what's Allegory doing?
Allegory stands in the middle of the room, marking each one that has Sebastian on it, and then she casts Magic Missile 2 times at level 1 and 1 time at level 2, and that is 10 darts of magic force that go out, and all of them strike Sebastian's face on each of these tapestries.
Yeah, well, Magic Missile...
Just a Mobile Suit Gundam missile barrage.
Oh my god.
That chaotic laugh is perfect.
That laughter. Where did that come from?
I don't know, now she's muted. Well,
my friend sent a video of her kid, sorry.
It's perfect timing.
I thought it was perfect. Magic Missile doesn't miss, so just tell me what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah. What happens like when it hits his face on the tapestries? Tell me what happens to the tapestries. It's all you.
I mean, it's mostly force damage, but I picture it like this magic missile hitting and like burning the tapestry just a little bit around his face, and then kind of pushes it back into the wall, so the wall indents a little bit. So it's not like a ton of damage, but it's enough that you can't make out his face as much.
So it doesn't destroy the whole tapestry. It basically just burns his face out of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the motion she makes doing this is, the OK sign in one hand and then putting the finger through the circle, and she just does that for each dart she shoots out, and it shoots out from her hand so as she puts a finger in, a dart shoots out, a dart shoots out, a dart shoots out. Exactly. Pew pew. She does not make the sound effects, but yeah, that's what happens.
Sadie just walked in as I was saying I hate that, and she said, "Caleb, yeah, me too."
You're so funny, Sadie.
Yeah, she is.
Caleb said you were so funny, Sadie. How cool is that? He apparently loved
it. I'm only got like 5 or 6 hand gestures that she does, and each one is for specific things. So
that one's terrible.
The Napoleon Dynamite one's my favorite.
I'm kind of curious as to like what was so what like strange motivation or compulsion instigated this.
Well, ask
Not
her.
that Ajax is like upset necessarily.
Sebastian.
Thank you.
Sebastian, there's too many pictures of his face, and if given enough time, Allegory will probably find a note in her book that says something about how, no one should what's the wording I would want for that type of like law from a god? No one should look upon their own face too much or something.
Okay.
She's trying to help Sebastian not sin.
Ah.
And then she's a little bit OCD, which is why she has to do these like specific hand gestures with specific things when she does it.
Got it.
OCD, or maybe just autistic.
Little column A, little column B, I think. Right?
Yeah, probably a little bit. I mean, you don't spend a countless millennia like looking for dead gods if you're not
millennia.
A little bit like
a little on that spectrum.
That's a joke, but yeah.
She
doesn't count. She doesn't count birthdays, so it might be a millennia.
So you don't know how old she is.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't. I literally don't know how old she is. One of the laws of one of her religions is do not count birthdays.
Right.
Do not track days of birth.
Right. So here's the thing I have with that, right? Like, that makes sense. Like, don't count your birthdays. But don't you think if you didn't count your birthdays and didn't know technically how old you were, you still have a general idea, right? Like, I'm in my 30s. I'm in my 40s. Stuff like that, right?
If you're like 10 and you just stop, if you're not around people who keep track of your birthdays and you don't keep track of them, then how would you remember how many years it's been?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that... That's a lot to think about.
Fair enough.
That's a lot to think about. Hey, Sadie. If you grew up where you didn't keep up with your age, okay, and then it's like when you were about 10 years old, okay, that you decided, like, I'm not keeping up with my age at all, and then you're not around people that like tell you how old you are and stuff. Do you think right now you would have any clue how old you are? Can you be more specific? At 10, you stop counting birthdays. No one throws your birthday parties, right? Like, and you're not thinking about it. And today, someone asks you how old you are, what would you say? She said she'd say 30-ish. She's also super type A, though, so I don't...
Yeah.
I have a feeling that...
I honestly think she's lying. I think she'd be able to tell you how many days old she was, even if she stopped counting. Yeah.
I think the fact that like kids don't really keep track unless we keep forcing it on them and can't remember how old they are till they're like 7 or 8, So it's like that weird level of
okay,
nobody kept.
Let's
track
do that.
For her,
you never
so
counted. Okay, well let's say you never counted. You never counted them ever. Would you know how old you were? You never counted ever, and then today, for the first time ever, someone said, "How old are you?" What would you? You'd be like, "What?" What would you say?
And there isn't some big New Year's celebration every time the year changes.
Sure, just like make that world decision for me. And there's not a New Year celebration, right? So
I find that very hard to believe. That the
there probably is.
The beginning and the ending and beginning of New Year's. That's just like a staple of every culture that's ever existed.
I'm asking a really bad person because Sadie's like, I mean, maybe I wouldn't, but also like the seasons change and stuff. So like you know when a year's passed.
Yeah, unless you're like in the same like region, like if you're in the northern frozen region for like years and years and years, and you don't realize the days are even changing.
Nah, but check this out. Here's me answering this question. If I never kept track of my birthday and no one ever... Sadie knows what day of the week I was born somehow. I didn't know that. So...
That's weird. She's weird.
Yeah, she is.
I was born on a Saturday.
Me too, apparently.
I I know what
You said I
time
was
I
born on a
was born,
Saturday?
but I don't know what day.
Me and Lauren were born on the same day of the week. But
Don't
not
quote
the...
me on. I was born before Father's Day.
Me too. Everybody's born before Father's Day if you look at it the right way. So,
I mean, like
I
the
know
day
for
before.
me, though...
Oh, happy birthday.
Is today your birthday?
No,
Sometime this month.
It falls weird this year.
Father's Day's not the same day every year.
Yeah, it's a Sunday, but no, this year it's after, I think. But yeah, I was born the Saturday before Father's Day.
So it was before... Okay.
I mean, it
Father's
seems like
Day
you were
Father's
born
Day
after
next
Father's
day.
Day since your birthday's after Father's Day this year.
Yeah, but it's also the way
That
like
doesn't even make
Memorial
sense.
Day fell. Okay, so in 1993, Father's Day was on the 20th. I was born on the 19th.
How do you know this?
Because
So-
I look into birthday shit a
Random
lot.
facts.
Yeah. The more you know.
Oh God, she's one of those girls.
Yeah, Caleb.
I'm
you
not,
looked at,
Caleb,
what comics
but
came out
the
on
fact
which
you
day?
know what
Like,
girls
what's
are, that's
which Garfield
wonderful.
comic?
Only Ryan.
No, but I
What?
do know that Jurassic Park was the top grossing film at the time I was born.
Oh, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah, and didn't you say that your dad went and saw that? Like
He
rather
tried
than
to
go
go
see your
see it.
mom
He-
in
You
the
were-
hospital?
My mom was in
Oh,
labor
man,
for
that's
a
ironic.
long time.
You,
Yeah, she was in labor for a long time, and then he got nervous and left.
you were born on the,
And
the
watch
same
Jurassic
day
Park.
as Garfield started.
What'd you say, Ryan?
Well, there you go.
It's like, hey baby, I'm gonna go see Jurassic
Garfield
The
Park.
fact
started
that
on
you're
June
speaking in a
19th.
country accent is crazy because my dad's from Florida, so he doesn't sound like you. Good try, though.
I don't know how to do a Florida accent.
Don't try, please don't try. Well, I'll say this. I know, getting back on topic, that if no one ever kept up with my birthday for me, and it, like, there wasn't a New Year's celebration, and no one was like, hey, happy birthday to me, and then today, if someone said, how old are you, I would have no freaking clue. Like,
Oh, yeah, I would have no
none.
clue.
I'd be like, I think I'm older than 20.
Up the
God,
drink,
surely
baby.
I'm younger than 50. But then I might say that for my entire life. You know? Like, I might be 86 saying that. Well, I mean, there's no way I'm older than 50.
With Allegory, I have pictured her spending a lot of time in, like, tombs and away from people, so she just didn't keep track of days a lot. So she has no idea when she was, like, anything about days. So, she just doesn't know how old she is. Sorry, I'm
That's
reading
nuts to me.
the Garfield that came out on my birthday. That's what that link I sent to is.
Did you say Garfield started on Lauren's birthday?
Yeah, on June 19th.
Oh, just the date, not the year.
No, not the year.
Oh, you should be
Okay.
so embarrassed. I was not born on Saturday. Sadie had our birthdays mixed up. Golly.
Oh, well.
Oh,
That's so
man.
embarrassing.
I know I am.
She was born on Saturday.
She
I
really
was born
doesn't
on
love you.
Tuesday. You're right, Ryan. She doesn't.
She doesn't love you like I do.
I know. You
Oh, God.
you knew that I was born on Tuesday, didn't you, Ryan?
I did. You seem like a Tuesday baby.
Oh, I have the same birthday
Something
as
about you
Garfield.
just says Tuesday.
Can I get that in writing? Sadie says you can come live with
Yeah.
me and raise our children. Should, could, same thing.
I mean, don't tempt me, Sadie.
I think she did. Oh, 78. God, Garfield is old.
August 9th. I was born on a Tuesday too, Bret.
Oh, we're both Tuesday babies. You know what that means?
We're both Tuesday babies.
Soulmates.
Soulmates.
I think that's the only thing you're supposed to look at.
Yeah, for the day that you were born. None of this stupid horoscope thing, Pisces, Leo,
Well, I will
whatever.
say
It's just
I
day of
will
the week.
always
That's all
be
you're
able to
supposed actually
remember
talk about.
Lauren's.
Days of the
I
week.
will always be able to remember
Days of the week.
Lauren's birthday because I'll have that day off.
Remember yours because
It's
it's
a
the same day as my
federal holiday
grandmother's.
too, baby.
Caleb was born on a Thursday. It was a leap year. If anyone cares.
Hell
I
yeah!
cared.
Oh, are we talking about Caleb now? I think it's time to get off.
Anyway, see dudes later.
So funny.
Yeah, it's
Now I'm looking
hilarious.
up other comics that came like for birthday stuff like that.
So I was thinking about doing like end of session questions and stuff, but we've been so derailed right here at the end that I think
Yeah, we got a little
that,
derailed.
like this, we should just end
Yeah.
it into us just talking about nonsense and let it fade to black.
Yeah.
But it started with, does anyone else have anything they want to do? And then somehow we started talking about what days of the week we were born on. And
I don't remember why we get.
No, I think yeah, we're good.
They're trying to figure out how old Allegory is.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Oh yeah. I mean, Ajax was a little befuddled by what Allegory did, but fuck Sebastian. He's not like too bent out of shape over
but he
it.
just didn't even say anything. Like, he just saw it happen and was like, whatever, and went to bed.
Yeah. He's just like, he's like, well, okay.
People won't even notice, like, unless people literally look at the tapestries like that as soon as they come in the room, they're not going to notice that happens. It's not enough damage to do anything.
So it didn't, like, burn a hole through it? You said it put a dent in the wall.
It, like, singed. From the force. Because, okay, magic missile is a force damage.
Correct.
I picture, like, the magic spell hitting and, like, singeing the tapestry enough to, like, make the face a little weird looking, but then it, like, pounds against the wall real quick. That's kind of what I pictured.
Okay. So it actually doesn't burn all the way through.
No, I picture it like a punch. Like if you punched, if you punched a tapestry, like if you punch a tapestry that's on a wall with drywall, you're gonna dent the wall a little bit, but the tapestry is not gonna be that damaged. So,
so it didn't.
That's what I pictured.
Just the wall, or did it burn? It's very important.
It singed it a little bit. Singed a little.
Okay.
I should also say, after an hour, that guard guy knows that I cast Charm Purse on him, just so you know.
Does he, though? I mean, I guess he does. No matter what. That's
the spell literally says they know. Yeah, they literally say they know that they had Charm Person cast on them. So
we, like, cut back to them, standing outside, and the one that you charmed is like, oh, damn. And I was like, what? I didn't know her.
He casted a spell on me.
Didn't know who, and he's like, the weird one. I think she did something. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's go beat that guy up over there. See him? He's gonna come try to get in. Holy crap, that was loud.
Oh, that was loud. Women are loud, Bret.
Careful, there's one that can hear you.
She didn't say anything, which is surprising because you think she would be loud.
Very still, her vision's based on
I had a lot
movement.
of thoughts. I just kept them to myself.
I've had the song Black Sun by Death Cab for Cutie on repeat since he said there was a black sun on that tapestry, and I didn't realize I had it on repeat. I'm just like, wait, the song's starting again. And then I realized it's been on repeat this entire time. It's a good song.
It's a good song.
Take y'all's word for it.
Death Cab for Cutie. Good band.
It was a good band. Terrible name. Good band, though.
It's such a weird name.
An awful name.
Hard to say.
But they were in that era where bands in that genre just had terrible names.
Oh, yeah. Really true, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's so many bands.
Are we done?
Right,
Are we doing
Oh,
more?
no, we're
What are we
totally
doing?
done. We've been done for 15 minutes, I think, at least. Well,
Were you going to help Lauren after this or something? Didn't you say you were going to have a talk with Lauren after this? Or did you already take care of that issue?
we didn't.
Or do we not remember why?
Oh, no, I think we're okay.
Oh, no, we should be. Yeah, because I told you have those 2 points to play with, and you said where you were putting them. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Cool.
you're keeping everything like it is and adding those two, I'll just... Like, I mean, I know you can add it, but I'll fix mine up too, so that, you can compare, since you've only made one character sheet so far, I think. So... Unless you feel like I'm stepping on your toes, and then I will just back off and leave you alone.
Absolutely not. It's fine.
Absolutely? Alright, damn. Okay, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, she said she hates you stepping on her toes. She's texting me right now about it. Brett's stepping on my toes again.
Absolutely.
Y'all text each other? I thought that was just everyone but Caleb that I'm normally texting outside the group.
Oh, I text Caleb outside the group all the time talking about you guys.
Caleb, why don't you text me talking about them, man?
Do what? I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. What we're talking about?
Perfect. We're talking about how much we like you.
True.
Oh, cool. I like me too.
We know. Alright, I will see you dudes in a couple weeks, yeah? Wait, are we?
Hell,
I mean,
yeah.
You're gonna play with them next week, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Next week, right?
You invited them to that
right.
thing with your people, where I'm not involved.
You can join if you want.
Brett,
I'll
I
put
think
my earbuds.
I
in
think
and
I'm gonna
just
play
listen to
a cleric monk multi-class for that one.
it. Ooh.
Okay, I like that. Hey, it's level
that sounds like
15,
fun.
by the way, is what they went with.
Holy shit!
Okay.
Oh,
Lauren's not gonna know
yeah.
what to do with their shit. Level 15 is so insane.
it's so high, but that's
But that's okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
well, that's why I'm making you a
Yeah,
fighter. Is when y'all get in a fight, it'll be so simple because you'll be like, well,
You just attack and attack.
I
and
want to
attack.
go swing